Okay, I'm back and we are going to do another one. Tier 3. Wow, I'm kind of scared. Always start off with creating a new component. Let's jump in. Average solve time 22 minutes. Wow. That means it's going to take me a long time. Let's do it though. So first off, we're in millimeters. That's great. Oh boy. This is pretty nuts. This is pretty nuts. Holy moly. So, let's think about this. You always want to figure out what orientation you want to start with. What's going to make our lives easiest? So if we play this out, we could go the route of starting with this piece here and then somehow attaching the circular rod to the end of it. Another way of maybe approaching it is starting with this piece and then building out from it. That doesn't seem right. I almost want to, like, for this chunky piece right here, right down the middle, have that be around the origin so that it's easy to connect the origin center line with the center of this cylinder. I do almost feel like this piece around the origin would probably be the easiest. But maybe not. Such a tough one. It's giving the angle here, which makes me wonder if it should be part of a sketch. I think it's theoretically possible to sketch out this whole thing from the top. Does that help us with the cylinder part though? Hard to say. And also, like, we don't necessarily know it's saying the distance from this point here to the end of this, to the center of this circle is 170. This is crazy complex. And I had no idea how the heck you would even begin with this. Let's play it out. Let's say I theoretically do sketch out this whole thing from top down around the center origin. And I could extrude up this piece, extrude that piece down, and all that would be left is implementing from the side the circles. I don't know. That's nuts. All right, let's try it. I can't sit here and stare at it for too long, otherwise we'll go crazy. So, I think what I want to do to make this easier is make this pretty much always visible. There we go. Where do we start? Start with this line here. I don't know if this makes sense, but we're going to try it. I want these and this to be coincident. And I want it to be on the midpoint. And we're going to set this to the diameter of this thing, which is 18. So that is my leftmost thing. Now from the center of this to here is 70. So let's do a line. And we'll set the distance from here to here as 70. And then there is another line from the center of this to where that corner is 12. So we'll do another line from here to here. This is stupid. Okay. And there's a line shooting out this way. And the angle between this and this is 170. And we're going to do a circle from here to here. Sorry, no. We want a different type of circle. 2-point circle. Can we make them tangent? And we want this and this to be tangent. And so that is our we're really starting to see where my expertise, you know. We're gonna break that. Oh boy, what is that? All right, so I have this going down into the straight. And do we have a dimension for, we'll get there. We'll get there. So we need, let's keep wrapping up this piece. So we know that this is going to be 16. And then this will be just bring it down to there. Bring that down to there. We want this distance. So we want this distance and this distance to be 12. Basically we want these 2 points to be coincident or horizontal. There we go. Let's see if we can get rid of some of these lines. did break that. I don't know what I'm doing. This is supposed to be R35. I didn't have a... There we go. And then this distance from center to this flat is 40. So I'll just do a straight line. And the distance from the center to this line is 40. I'm gonna try an arc instead of a circle, because I think that's what's screwing me up. Do this, and then this. And we want this and this to be tangent. And we want this and this to be tangent. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to delete this. We're saying we want an arc from here it's got to be on a point. Okay, well, let's do that. Can I just insert a point? Do tangent arc from here to here. We want this and this to be tangent, and we want this and this to be tangent. Constraint's already been applied. And we want to set this radius to 35. Okay. If I get out the other end of this, I'll be shocked. Ugh. Okay, we're gonna do another line. Actually, can we just mirror? We should just mirror it. Yeah, we're gonna mirror. Let's get these two vertical. Perfect. Let's break that. Get rid of this. Okay, so if I select this and I say mirror, my mirror line, let's do a construction line. Okay. Mirror. And my mirror line is there. Nice. I'm not done with you. Okay, now let's do this inset. So we're doing offset. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I'm doing offset. Could not offset curves. What are all these constraints in here? Holy shit. Oh, something's not constraining that. What should be constraining that? Is this constrained? That's fully constrained, fully constrained. So it's just this guy. Oh, it's the angle. So we need to set this angle and this angle to 170. Okay, now this should be constrained. Perfect. All right, I'm pretty confident we got this shape. Although, shoot, that goes out a little bit, and this one goes straight. It's like this should be connected to that. Can I coincident them? Try revising. What is setting? I'm wondering if mirroring is actually, let's back it up. I'm wondering if mirroring is actually going to make this more difficult. Let's go ahead and fix that dimension that we lost over here, 170. This is different. This one kind of bends back in, this one goes straight up. Which means it's effectively an arc curve. So we have a straight line down. And then it's an arc curve. From there to there. And we know what it is. It's 35. And it tells us the distance between here and here is 40. Wait, that's that line. We already have that. So we just need another arc tangent from here sorry, all right, we're going to do another line down And then we'll do an arc tangent from that to this. And we'll set the dimension to 20. I don't know if I set that dimension to 20. Let's go ahead and do that. Over constrain. What is it constrained by? I think it's constrained by the fact that I forced that to be the same distance down, which is probably not true. Let's get rid of that. And then let's set this dimension to 20. It's still constrained, huh? Why can't this move? It's because of that, I think. Okay. Now, we can set you to 20, which will then define this point here. We know this distance is 15. Let's bring that up. Wondering if we can now, what I'm looking at is this straight edge seems a lot higher than where this is starting. I've constrained it based on what? I said that this is 18 wide. Oh, it's this piece here I'm thinking about. Yeah, so that's the circle, and then this will be straight edge before it bends. Okay. Now it did not let me do, did I make this tangent? There we go. Holy moly. I don't know how to do a arc tangent to that line. Let's just do, I'm going to try and do an offset again. I should be able to just select all, but are those not connected? You're about to be connected. Hey, okay. Now let's do an offset line. We're going to do it by 5. Oh, but why didn't it include that? Are they not connected? -5. My God. And then I'm going to do a point here. Sorry. We're going to add a point on this line. And we're going to add a point again on this line. Same with over here and over here. And we're going to do another tangent arc. Why isn't that not working? That works. That's not what I want. I want, yeah, a 2-point arc. It's funny when these like weird fusion things pop up and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I guess I can't do that. So I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way, which is my 2-point circles. And then breaking them, because I don't know any other way of doing it. And we want this and this to be tangent. We want this and this to be tangent. We want this and this to be tangent. And we want this and this, this to be tangent. Okay. And then we're going to connect these together. Let's make a construction line. And let's force it to be horizontal. Let's force these to be tangent. Force that to be tangent. So now we have a line. Oh, we gotta fix that. That is wrong. We want this. Okay. Let's try this again. We did not successfully add that point to this vertical line. There we go. And we're going to go back. Okay. And we can set these as horizontal just to... Actually, we don't know if that's true. What we do know is we want these lines to be perpendicular. extra tangent. This and this should be tangent. Failed to solve. Let's coincident those. And we just know that this is going to be 22. I'm going to do it right now just so I can solve something because I'm failing miserably right now. We want, let's fix this. We want this and this to be horizontal. Yeah, that's not going anywhere then. It's staying at the origin. I don't know what that's doing there. And we need this line and this line to be 22. We're going to try this one more time. Trying to create a circle. It's connected here, here. So these and this is coincident. Tangent. And this are tangent. Why can't I do that? Why can't I have two tangents? Oh, it is. No, it's not. Like, what the? What is that? I think that's it. My goodness. I just can't believe how complicated that was. I'm probably making it more complicated than it needs to be. All right, so let's try and extrude this. And we're going to do two sides. Symmetric. Whole length of 8. take a look at that sketch. Actually, no, we want it. So we're gonna try and break this. That's what I want, trim. Why haven't I been using that? That doesn't want to move. The distance between this line and this line is 60, so we can actually make this a fully closed sketch, I think. I don't think anything can move at this point. Then if we want to extrude, oh wait, yeah. All right, let's try that. We're going to create another sketch on top of this. And then we'll project and we can extrude that down 3. -3. Oh. There's an easier way to do this, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it the dumb way, which is repeating my work. Because this is a tough one. Oh, whoops. I meant to project that. I'm getting a little flummoxed here. Getting a little flummoxed. I thought I could just project again. Minus 3. I think that's done. Ooh, wow. Okay, let's finish it off. Let's do this cylinder first. I'm gonna regret, in fact, let's just go back. I don't think that this is totally necessary. I guess it helps define that line, but I can just make the constraint. How do we get 18 there? Is there something I not remember? Oh, I got it from the radius. So let's just do this. Let's set this to 9. That way I can move this guy around. Wait, what's constraining you now? really this constraint. It's this midpoint constraint. Okay. What I'm gonna do is set this and this to 9. I think this can be independent now. So I'm gonna set this and this to coincident. How do I align this? Oh, this and this are going to be failed to solve. Why? How about that? Make these coincident. What the heck? Okay, just get rid of this. There we go. That's gonna really screw the pooch on the rest of it though, isn't it? Wow, Fusion figured that out. That's crazy. All right. So we're gonna do a 18. And we're going to extrude it to object. Set this as our object. And we're going to set this to join. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then we'll do a 6-inch diameter on this end. And we'll extrude that. Okay, let's do this other side. We can start from this end. Let's do another 18. Let's extrude it that way. To object, there, join. And at 20 and 6, go here. Do 6. Extrude it. 20. And then we'll add a 16. is interesting. It gives me an angle here. It doesn't give me this distance. It does give me those diameters of 18 and 19. It gives me the distances, and this is 18 again. How do you do that? Do I extrude it out the full 47 this way and then carve out the rest of this by just basically like creating a sketch of this and then rotate carving it? That would be so dumb if that's how you have to do it. I mean, that's clearly not how you're supposed to do it. What I don't get is how you can have just these two numbers with no... Oh, you have an angle too. Okay. I'm gonna try that. It's stupid, but let's give it a shot. So we're going to set this to 18. We're going to extrude it the full distance of 47. Okay. And then we're going to carve out the rest of this shape. So let's go ahead and do an intersection of these. So that's going to be 2. Actually, no, we want it 1. And we're going to bring this all the way over. And then we're going to have it come back up on the line. And have it go all the way over. And so we want the distance between this and this to to be 18. I want the angle between this and this to be, sorry, it's not the best way of doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting stuff. Like, I don't need that. I think that's what I'm carving, is this piece here. Which we can connect across the top. Revolve that. We're going to select oh my gosh, why is it so hard? That axis. And we're going to cut. That was the only way I knew how to do that. Okay. One more sketch. This is a 9. That is 17 long. Oh my gosh. There's no way this is right. Like, I already feel like this distance here is totally foobarred. I mean, we can double check it. Let's go to the original sketch. It's 22. 40. I don't know. I think that's it. Could stare at it all day, or we could just measure it. All right, so aluminum alloy. And let's get the properties of this. It's a mass of 99.65 grams. Oh my God. If that didn't work, I don't know what I would have done. Over an hour. Gosh. All right. Well, I'm done for the day. That was tough. There's probably a much better way of doing that, and I can't wait to watch other videos. All right, ciao.